Well, reactions trailed the comment of former military ruler Olusegun Obasanjo and also claimed that he's a repentant democratic person, former president of Nigeria. One of the people that reacted to this is also embattled former governor of Ekiti State. As you all know, all of them are all embattled as they have one criminal allegations that are pointed to them in one point to the other. Now, former governor of Ekiti State, Peter Fayose, has released a statement condemning the comments made by former President Olusegun Obasanjo on the death of Senator Buruji Kashamu. Now, Buruji Kashamu came from America. They say there are some issues with drug, and here and there, they say the core of his wealth came from drugs, and that the United States of America wants him back, but somehow he kind of evaded them, and he came down to Nigeria, and the NDLEA, the Drug Law Enforcement Agency of Nigeria, some of them were after him probably to see if they could send him back to America or whatever it is, but he said he will not go to America, that it is his corpse that will be taken there. Now, he came into Nigeria, joined politics, became a senator, and unfortunately, or maybe to some people they might feel, well, it's one of those things. COVID-19, coronavirus, a lot of people have believed is not real, claimed his life and he passed on. Now, that being said, he passed on in one cardiology consultant hospital somewhere in Lagos State. Chief Obasanjo, that's Olusegun Obasanjo, who released an official statement, letter-headed statement written by him. He kind of started with commiserating with the family of the deceased and said that the late senator escaped justice but could not escape death. This is where the line got drawn for a lot of people. Now, the statement by Chief Obasanjo reads in part, Senator Buruji Kashamu in his lifetime used the law to maneuver himself and politics to escape from facing justice on criminal offenses in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. But no legal, political, cultural, social, or even medical maneuver could stop the cold hand of death when the creator of all of us decides that the time is up. And a lot of people read meaning to what he has said, saying that the dead body, both alive and dead, is fantastically corrupt. Now, this is not a new thing. It's something that we know that has become culturally accepted amongst many of our politicians, to be out there stealing and looting. Now, Fayose, former governor, in response to that statement said it is regrettable that Obasanjo could say what he said about Buruji Kashamu after his death. Why didn't he say that? In fact, on his Twitter handle, Peter Fayose, he said, I commiserate with the family of Senator Buruji Kashamu for this irreparable loss and pray for the repose of his soul. The Almighty God will console those he left behind. I also condemn the statement made by former President Obasanjo on Kashamu's death. It is regrettable that Obasanjo could say what he said about Buruji Kashamu after his death, and when he can no longer question him. Why did he not say that when Kashamu was alive? Can Obasanjo say in good conscience that he did not at some point collaborated with Kashamu, and most of the things Kashamu did politically were not with his own collaboration? You backed him up. You were in support of everything Kashamu did, majority of the things that Kashamu did. So how is it all of a sudden you are trying to cleanse yourself from death, from what you know you're also involved in? He went on to say, Nigerians will watch out for Obasanjo's own end. He should stop forming saint because he is not. He should also remember that his own end will come too, and nobody knows how the end will be. These are the tweets of former governor who felt uncomfortable and believed that Obasanjo shouldn't have done that, write that, and release it down to the public. Well, reactions trailed this. And people said, Awolowo rejoiced at the death of Akintola, saying that Akintola, deserved what he got from the military. Today, Obasanjo is doing exactly the same at the death of Kashamu. Most people insulting OBJ don't even understand what he said. That's what some people said here. But there's something to kind of understand here. He has said what he needs to say. He made it very clear at the end of the day. He pointed out what he needed to point out at the end of the day. They said Obasanjo is told to make such statement even at death. That is no respecter of age. I do not think that this is impossible anyway. Someone said, was it not true? OBJ is correct because Kashamu escaped punishment of his criminal act by political powers. Nobody, even OBJ, can escape that. Baba Obasanjo will surely have a glorious exit, for he did more than the best at his age, still active. Means Yoruba young politicians are 419 mostly, other 419. I think this person is someone who likes OBJ. Now, do you think OBJ is also someone who is innocent of criminal charges? Someone say Obasanjo is not right with what he said against Buruji Kashamu, that death of COVID-19. Obasanjo should know that he too will die one day, and he will not know what people will say about him when he died. And when he dies, why is he rejoicing on the death of his brother? Whatever it is, he has already signed, as they normally say. If he dies, he is dead. And that's it. Whatever anyone says about him. But I want to believe that when Obasanjo dies, they will want to kind of glorify him a little bit. There's going to be this nationwide thing and say, oh, Obasanjo is dead, this and that. They continually want to pay TV stations to kind of continually sing the good of him. But he has taken his own pen to write about someone who, according to Fayose, is as fantastically corrupt as himself, as Obasanjo, and he said that you were the backbone of many of the activities of this same man. So why didn't you say it when he was there? Probably he would say a lot of things like, oh, Mr. ex-military dictator, this is what we did together. Let us show the world. But now that he's dead, that he cannot even respond or attack you no more, you have decided to say this. Why? These are very tough questions, and I think Obasanjo should be ready to write the second letter. Someone say Fayose and Buruji were drug pushers before they became politicians. Many people at Orita Challenge and Ring Road Ibadan knows this about Fayose. Another one say, but are we saying the truth? Why people hate the truth? Because they are birds of the same feather. Birds of the same feather. See, all of them are licensed Boko Haram and robbers. Obasanjo, Fayose, and others. More deaths are coming upon them. Useless and merciless people. Let's keep on praying for God to be exposing them and bring them to judgment. Coronavirus, take your head. That's it. Now, Obasanjo, please make sure you live forever, because can you say in clear conscience that you did not use your powers to escape judgments? All of you politicians are murderers. You are thieves. You are looters. That's what someone said. And they say what is the difference between a murderer and a drug lord? While pressing comments, OBJ should know that death, the formidable role of COVID-19, is no respecter of social status, age, tribe, nationality. In addition, its intimidating, potent existence nullify the possibility of finding a cure. You don't even understand now. All right, let's leave that. So, OBJ, they said, need to write about the dead. He should write about the living, and that's it. Now, once the president of Nigeria, President one, he said something about OBJ too. He talked about the amount of money that they claim that they allocated for electricity, and there's no electricity, and he said if it were the military era, he knows what he could have done. But I think there's a kind of respect among them somehow, even though they speak to them, they don't really like themselves, but there is something among them. You will not find a dictator like Babangida in prison. You will not find people like OBJ in prison for whatever criminal activities they got engaged in. Even civilian presidents do not go to prison for whatever they did during their time. It is either they are subordinate the people under them that will be probed for actions that are not necessarily their own decision. Yes, someone say President Obasanjo, ex-President Obasanjo did not single out the judgment of death alone on Kashamu, but himself also, everybody including Fayose and all hush-puppy politicians that went to buy 2019 to rig elections, all NDDC and political looters. Nigerians could have living like kings. Nigerians could have been living like kings and queens if money is well implemented. All present and past looters, etc., governors, senators, government officials, all of them, because the money is enough to go around, but one person wants 100 billion for himself alone. That's it. Someone say Baba should stop talking jargons. What about Otafam that belongs to federal government of Nigeria? Let him return everything in his custody that he has cornered for himself. That's what someone said. Someone said there was nothing bad or abusive in the contents of Obasanjo's letter. He's advising everybody to change from evil ways to good, including Baba Obasanjo himself. I think if he had written it there himself and said, even I myself, I have to do a rethink because there is nothing in this world. All what I have also stolen and no one has been able to try me, I give it back, probably people would have felt better.